Hello, it's Auret here. Welcome to another design tutorial on the channel. And today we're going to talk about creating YouTube thumbnails using PowerPoint. So I've actually designed a lot of graphics, social media campaign graphics in PowerPoint. Just to give you an idea, these are some of the thumbnails that you can design in PowerPoint. It's super easy to do and they can look actually really great. I've designed over, I would say over 600 YouTube thumbnails. So PowerPoint is actually quite of an underdog in terms of design because yes, Photoshop is it's actually typically what I use when I design graphics, but PowerPoint can be used as well, which I use PowerPoint sometimes for worksheets or simple campaign graphics. And you can absolutely use PowerPoint to design YouTube thumbnails. And I'm going to show you how. First, I just want to give a disclaimer. These are some of the thumbnails that I've designed, and a lot of these can be designed with PowerPoint. So they look pretty decent. I actually, this is for one of my clients, Jerry. I've designed over 600 thumbnails for him. Most of them have been in Photoshop, but just to give you an idea, these are ones that can also be designed in PowerPoint. The only exception is where you're trying to do a little bit more, like trying to remove a background from a photo, using only like the subject of the photo. Like for example, this thumbnail here was designed off of this photo, and in PowerPoint you can't remove a background of a photo. You have to do that in Photoshop. So that's how I was able to make this. However, it's still, you can still make really decent thumbnails. Keep that in mind though. If you're trying to do something extra for your thumbnails, it might not be totally for you, but if you're really just wanting to create something cool and simple, let's get into it. So let's open up PowerPoint here, and I'll show you how to create this. So first of all, you'll see something like this. You want to click on blank presentation, and then it will spit out the usual widescreen kind of PowerPoint slide canvas for you. So you want to make this canvas into the size that you need for YouTube thumbnails. YouTube thumbnails are 1920 by 1080 pixels. So those are the dimensions, but we need to turn that into inches, and I'll show you why. So to change the size of this canvas, you're going to click on Design. Then where it says Slide Size, go to Custom Slide Size. And then over here is where you're going to change up the size. Now you can see here, it says it in inches, so PowerPoint doesn't work by pixels, but that's okay because I've already have here 1920 by 1080 is, and you can just copy this, 6.4 inches wide by 3.6. 3.6. Awesome. Okay, so they know it's custom. Just click OK. Just click on one of the two. It doesn't matter which one. And then perfect. So it's adjusted the size of the canvas to the size or the dimensions for YouTube thumbnails. So let's start creating. So what I want to do is create something like this, but still keeping in mind that, we can't remove backgrounds. I'm sure it'll still look awesome. So let's do that. First, let's insert a photo. And you can like grab a frame from your video that you filmed, save that as an image, and then come in here, go to Insert Pictures, and let's go find that image of Kevin right here. Perfect. So it's going to just bring in the image. If you need to resize it, like I think I do here, because you see a little bit of white on the bottom, you can use the sides to resize it accordingly, to just click and drag. And let's just say I want it right there, so it covers the entire thing. And what's cool is that you can kind of see here a preview of what it will look like, because here it's kind of blown up, so it might look different. So based on this preview, I don't like how there's like a white thing there, so I'm just going to expand this a little bit more. All right, so that we kind of get rid of the white, and then I move that down. Awesome. So like I said, you can grab a screenshot from the video that you just filmed, or if you don't want to be in the thumbnail yourself, you can go to a website that provides royalty-free stock images for you to use. I often use Pixabay because they have good quality photos and you don't need to, it doesn't require any attribution or credit. You can just literally download that image and use it for free. So I'll put that link in the description below. But for now, we're going to use this shot, and Kevin always likes to be in his thumbnails, and it's awesome because he has like a great personality for these kinds of thumbnails. And when I say these kinds of thumbnails, I mean like quirky. They're usually really fun. All of his videos have to do with, losing weight or overcoming binging, bad eating habits, that kind of thing. So this video, he sent me this image. And then he said this is the title of the video, something to do with how to get rid of fat. So let's go back to what I designed here. That's why I put judo chop that fat. And I thought that was kind of a fun line to go with his image. So I'll show you how to add in this text and kind of edit the photo a little bit and put in these little icons that you see here, which are also free to download, by the way. So what's cool about PowerPoint is that you can do some slight image editing. So to kind of fix up your photo a little bit, just make sure your image is selected by clicking once on it. And under the Format tab, which will automatically come up, by the way, when you click on the image, go to Corrections. And from here, you see you can kind of play with sharpening or softening the image. You can also play with contrast and brightness. So whatever you think looks good. I think I'm gonna use this, kind of bring that out a little bit more. You can also play with the color of the image. So under Image tab or under the color option, you can add more color saturation or less. You can also fix the tone of the image to make it cooler. So more blues in temperature, or you can make it warmer, so more oranges. So let's do this. I'm going to make it a little bit cooler. So there is my slight image editing. Obviously not as robust as Photoshop, but it will do for a YouTube thumbnail. And let's add some text now. So what did I have? I had judo chop that fat. So to add text, go to Insert, Text Box, and then just click anywhere so that it will just create a text box for you. And then you need to type in your text. So I wanted to have that on 2 separate lines. And then obviously I need to make this bigger and kind of choose the fonts that I want. So I'm going to select the text box and then make this a lot bigger. And obviously, we can't see it nicely on the background. It's black text on the image, so we'll definitely fix that up, and I'll show you how. For now, let's do something like that size, and also changing up the font. So I want something bold. So let's go to Futura, and then make it like so. Actually, let's keep it skinny like that so that it fits in there. And you also have a lot of cool text editing options. Like if I wanted to reduce the space between here, I can do that. If I wanted to increase the spaces between the letters, I can just go over here and I can do that. As you can see, I can go loose, very loose. I can adjust the spacing exactly as I want it to by entering in a number here, which is also cool. So play around with that. This over here allows you to select right away whether you want it lowercase or uppercase without having to retype it, which is nice. But I'm going to keep it simple for the purposes of this video. Let's keep it like this. And then you see how the text box is selected and there's a little kind of roundabout arrow at the top here. If you click and drag that, that's what allows you to kind of move your text on whatever angle you want it to be. So I want it to be like that, slightly tilted. I also want to reduce the spacing between here. So to do that, you just need to go to this icon here that says line spacing. Go to, see if I select any one of these, it will actually increase the space. So I want to select something that will decrease it. So I go to line spacing options and indentation no, spacing will increase the space. So I want something that will go exactly. So let's go line spacing, make it exactly less than what it is now. So let's just reduce that to 69. Let's do a little bit more. So you can see here right off the bat, you can already do quite a bit in terms of control within PowerPoint, which is nice. So let's also make this italicized. Oh, kind of made it all. Okay, I guess we can't make that italicized. It doesn't like to be italicized in this particular font. So let's leave it as is. And in order to be more comfortable with this whole designing in PowerPoint thing, you do need to get in here and dig in. Just try different things. Click on that button, click there, and see what happens. And over time, your thumbnails will start to get a lot better and you'll exercise more control over the design that you want. So as we can see here from the original thumbnail, which by the way, we're not going to get the exact same thing, but you know, I used oranges and yellows, so I want to do kind of the same thing here. And also there is a thick black outline around the words, which will help it pop out more. So let's try to do something like that. So I'm gonna click into the text box, select this, go choose an orange color. Don't like that orange, so let's make it brighter. Something like that. And then I'm going to change this down here to yellow. Let's just make it that yellow. Sure, that's good for now. And then we're going to add that black outline around it. So to do that, make sure your text is selected. Go to Format, and you'll notice Format is kind of the tab where you'll have many different options to customize whatever it is that you have selected. So before it was the image where we were fixing up the image. Here it's the text. So here I can go to Text Outline, select black, and to make it thicker I can also go down to Weight and make it thick. Let's just choose something like so. Let's see if we can bold it. If we bold it, it kind of creates or has more space. So let's reduce the size a little bit more. And again, remember how to reduce the spacing between the letters using that. Sure, something like that. Play around with it. You know, I don't want to make this tutorial too long. I just want to show you how to add text and customize it. And also I'm going to show you how to import these little icons that we have here. And by the way, this part over here is a shape that you can create. So let's just go to Insert, Shapes, and you'll see here you'll have a wide variety of shapes to choose from. You can literally spend a long time doing this. So it might help to have an idea in mind before you come in here. So I chose this shape here, and I'm going to extend it out like that. And then make this, again, see how the shape is selected, and I have these customization options. So I'm going to fill that with the orange and no outline, and then go to Insert and Text Box, and let's type in that fat like we had on the other one. And then I'm going to select that, make this a lot bigger, maybe align it over there. Increase the spacing, make it bigger even, bold it. You know, you can spend, like I said, you can spend a lot of time doing this. And then you can also add some images. So another site that allows you to download royalty-free images. And this, by the way, is Pixabay. That's the site where if you just wanted to literally just download, like one of your videos is about animals, for example, you can literally just download this by clicking into it and using that on your PowerPoint canvas instead of your own screenshot. The icons, I use a site called flaticon.com. So because this is Ninja related, you can literally type anything in here and see what comes up. And if you have, you can see here there's lots of options. So I know that I want this one. So you just click on the 3 dots and then download PNG. If you don't have a premium membership, then you can also download it for free, but you just need to credit the author. So in your YouTube description, you can put something like icons made by, and then the link. So they allow you to just copy that directly and post it in your description, just to credit them. So that's all you need to do. And you can click on free download. It will automatically download that in there. And you can click and drag that right into PowerPoint. And you can adjust the sizing. You can make this actually glow as well if you wanted to. You can go to picture effects and you can play around with these. I'll just show you the glow. Something like that to make it stand out. I'm going to right click, copy, right click, paste, and we can reduce that, put one over here, and then again do the same thing, paste another one right over here. Like depending on what you have in the thumbnail as well, like if you just know how to create those thumbnails that catch attention, and it's typically ones that have movement in them. That's why I like to angle the text for movement, or I like to include sort of sharp angles or images with sharp angles that capture attention, and the glow effects and the bright and thick colors, that kind of thing. All of these things help call attention to when someone's scrolling through the search results on YouTube to help you get them to click on your video and watch it. Because that's the whole point of having a YouTube thumbnail, right? Its purpose is to get people to click on your video. So you can spend more time, like I can actually spend more time on here, but I don't want to make this tutorial too long. But you can spend more time really perfecting it, making it sure that you want it to however it is to your liking. And then once you're done, you can go to File. Oh, actually see here from the preview that the J is cut off. So let's click that and kind of move it over. Maybe we need to move Kevin over too, so that he doesn't get cut off. And then you can also use your keyboard to kind of move it in sort of pixel by pixel. Okay, that's good for now. So once you have your thumbnail, you spent some time designing it, you can go to File, Save As, and then I'm just gonna select my desktop and name it whatever, thumb. And where it says Save As Type, so this is important. You need to save 2 different types of files. The first one will be the PowerPoint presentation file, because that will be the editable file where you can always come back into this file. And because you already have those canvas size, those dimensions plugged in, all you need to do is just kind of change up the design on the thumbnail for your next video. So make sure you save that. I'm just going to save that to show you. And then you also want to go back to File, Save As, select your location, and then where it says Save As Type, just click on that and either choose JPEG or PNG, because this is the format that you'll be able to upload into your YouTube video. So let's click on Save. It will ask you which slide do you want to export. You only have one slide, so just go, you can choose either one. And then I will show you what it looks like if we go to desktop and select this image right here. It says thumb JPEG. This right here is the image file thumbnail that when you upload your video, you can choose custom thumbnail and then upload this image directly onto that. So you'll have your own custom thumbnail designed in PowerPoint for your YouTube channel. And like I said, you can always come back to that template, the YouTube thumbnail template, by clicking into your PowerPoint file. So this is the PowerPoint file that we saved. You'll see here as I open it up, it's going to have, it's the editable version of that, right? So once I come in here to create my next thumbnail, I can just kind of delete what I have here. I can even click and drag to select more than one thing, like so. And then I can start to create my new thumbnail on this canvas. Let me know if you'd like to see more PowerPoint design tutorials like this one. I've designed Instagram campaign graphics in PowerPoint, workbooks, worksheets, media kits, a whole whack load of things. I love PowerPoint. And it's really easy too because, you know, you don't need any, there's not much of a learning curve there as opposed to a software like Photoshop. So it's easy to open and just get right into designing. Also, if you just want to save the time and outsource your design of thumbnails to someone else, I am available for taking on another client, so feel free to message me and I'll include that link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Back from the dead.